We all have dreams, don't we? Some want to be doctors, others entrepreneurs, and some just want a life of peace and respect. But no matter the dream, one truth is constant: dreams alone don't move us forward. Motivation might give us a quick jolt of excitement, but without daily discipline, that excitement just fizzles out. This is the story of a young man named Ethan, whose dream was bigger than he was. Ethan grew up in a small town, in a middle-class family. His father worked tirelessly, and his mother always pushed him to study. The advice he always heard was, work hard in school, and your future will be secure. Ethan's dream? To crack one of the toughest competitive exams in the country. He wanted more than just success. He wanted to make his family proud. Like many of us, Ethan got motivated easily. A powerful video, a success story from a top scorer, and he'd tell himself, "That's it. Starting tomorrow, I'm studying 10 hours a day. I'm going to change my life." The thought was electrifying. He'd grab new notebooks, map out a perfect timetable, and start with a burst of energy. But by day 2, or maybe day 3, that fire would start to dim. He'd wake up late, scroll through his phone, hang out with friends, and promise himself, "I'll get serious tomorrow." Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, but Ethan's preparation was going nowhere. Every time he failed to stick to his plan, he sank deeper into frustration. Why can't I just stay consistent? Why do I always fall back into my old habits? He'd wonder. One evening, as Ethan sat defeated at his messy desk, surrounded by untouched books, his uncle, a school teacher, came to visit. He looked at the chaos and asked gently, "Ethan, what's troubling you?" Ethan confessed, "Uncle, I try so hard to stay motivated. I make these huge plans, but I can never follow through. I feel like a total failure." His uncle just smiled. "Come with me to the school playground tomorrow morning," he said. "I want to show you something." The next morning, Ethan reluctantly went along. The playground was filled with kids practicing their running. His uncle pointed to one boy, jogging slowly but steadily around the track. "See that boy?" he asked. "He's out here every single morning. He's not the fastest, not the most perfect runner, but he shows up every single day, without fail. And because of that discipline, he's the best long-distance runner in our school." Ethan was surprised. "But he's not even running that fast today," he pointed out. His uncle nodded. "Speed isn't the key. Consistency is. Motivation makes you sprint for a day, but discipline keeps you jogging steadily every day. And trust me, in the long run, discipline always wins." Then his uncle shared a story. There was once a stonecutter who wanted to break a massive rock. He struck it once, twice, 10 times, nothing. 50 times, still no crack. 99 times, still nothing. But on the 100th strike, the rock split in two. "Now tell me, Ethan, was it that last strike that broke the rock?" Ethan thought for a moment. "No," he replied. "It was the result of all 100 strikes combined." "Exactly," his uncle beamed. "Success is never about one single heroic effort. It's the sum of small, consistent efforts, repeated over and over until you finally see the result. That, my boy, is the power of consistency." Those words hit Ethan like a thunderbolt. They sank deep into his heart. That very day, he made a decision. He would stop chasing fleeting motivation and start building real discipline. Instead of making grand, impossible promises to himself, he set small, achievable goals. He started with just 2 hours of focused study every day. No matter what, whether he felt tired, lazy, or distracted, he made sure those 2 hours were completed. He built a routine. Soon those 2 hours grew to 4, and then to 6. He started waking up early, studying in focused blocks, adding in a little exercise to stay sharp, and cutting out distractions. His friends laughed at him. "You're missing out on all the fun," they'd say. But Ethan stood firm. There were days he was exhausted, days he was filled with doubt. But he remembered his uncle's words. Discipline is a fire that burns steadily day after day. Months went by and Ethan started to see real change. Concepts that once seemed impossible now made sense. His confidence grew, not from a sudden burst of inspiration, but from the quiet satisfaction of steady progress. His scores on mock tests started to creep up, bit by bit. His teachers noticed his new dedication. Even his parents, who had once been so worried, were now filled with pride. Finally, the day of the exam arrived. Ethan wasn't a nervous wreck like he used to be. He was calm. He knew he had put in the work, day in and day out. He walked into the exam hall with a quiet confidence. Weeks later, the results were announced. Ethan's name was on the list of top scorers. His years of consistent, disciplined effort had finally paid off. When people asked him for his secret, how he did it, his answer was simple and firm. Motivation comes and goes. Discipline stays. Success isn't about studying 12 hours in one day and then burning out. It's about studying 3 or 4 hours every single day without fail. Motivation is the spark, but discipline is the fire that keeps you going. So my friends, remember this. Whether you're preparing for an exam or chasing any dream, don't just rely on motivation. Build discipline. Small, consistent efforts, repeated every day, create massive results over time. Motivation might help you start dreaming, but it's discipline that will make your dream a reality. Thank you for watching. If this story resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Join us for more stories that can help guide you on your journey. We'll see you in the next video.